Nicki Minaj is back at it again, and this time she's not holding anything back when it comes to Jay-Z and Beyoncé's picture-perfect empire. One thing about Nicki, she always
side at the highest level that Jay-Z likes to watch Beyonce with different men, such as Ray J.
finds time during her rants to throw fire at Jay, and this latest round might be the wildest yet. She didn't just accuse him of plotting against her career, no, she went further, throwing out shocking claims about his private life, his marriage, and even Beyoncé herself. According to Nicki, Jay-Z has been living a double life for years. She claims he's been entertaining secret relationships with men behind the scenes, all while playing the role of the devoted husband in public. She even dropped a bomb by saying he was allegedly involved with none other than Dialer, painting a picture of Jay in compromising positions at those infamous Hollywood freak-off parties. Nicki says he was oiled up with his cheeks split open, ready to take it like a power bottom, a statement that left fans gasping and the internet on fire. But Nicki didn't stop there. She turned her sights on Beyoncé, claiming that Queen Bey isn't the loyal, straight-laced wife the world believes her to be. According to Nicki, Beyoncé is allegedly living her own truth in private and is a lesbian who's been part of this so-called beard marriage from the start. And here's the twist. Nicki claims this marriage wasn't about love at all, but was carefully crafted by Beyoncé's father, Matthew Knowles, as a business arrangement to secure power, money, and influence. Can you imagine the chaos if this was proven true? This isn't the first time Nicki has dragged Jay and Bey through the mud, but insiders are saying this round might have gone way too far. Word on the street is that Jay-Z and Beyoncé are already considering legal action. Allegedly, their team is preparing to slap Nicki with a massive defamation lawsuit if she doesn't back down. After all, accusing the most powerful couple in music of living a staged marriage while hiding secret lovers is no small claim. It could shake up their empire in ways nobody expected. Now, let's not forget, before Nicki even made these explosive accusations, there were already whispers floating around about Jay-Z's private life. And surprisingly, some of those whispers came from Jay himself. Back in the day, he made questionable comments and moved in ways that fueled speculation. Fans started piecing things together, and those rumors just never fully disappeared. One of the most talked about receipts is a disturbing video clip where Jay-Z can be seen on stage with Diddy. In the footage, Diddy is tapping Jay on the cheeks multiple times, and the interaction is nothing short of shocking. But here's the kicker. Jay didn't seem bothered at all. In fact, he almost looked like he was enjoying the moment, smiling it off like it was nothing. To many, it didn't look like playful banter. It looked way more intimate, like the type of touch a partner gives when they're hinting at what's coming later that night. Fans quickly flooded social media saying, "Why is Jay so comfortable with this?" And that wasn't just friendly. The internet being the internet, people instantly started digging deeper. Old interviews, photos, and shady Hollywood party rumors resurfaced, all adding more fuel to the fire. And with Nicki Minaj now publicly fanning those flames with her accusations, the gossip is spreading like wildfire again. But here's what's really stirring the pot. Nicki's fans are divided. Some of her barbs are hyping her up, saying she's brave for exposing the truth about Hollywood's so-called power couple. They believe Nicki has receipts and wouldn't just make up something this serious without knowing a little behind-the-scenes tea. Others, however, are calling her out, saying she's gone too far and is risking her career by coming for music royalty. One fan even tweeted, "Nicki better chill before Jay and Bey ruin her for good." And let's not forget Beyoncé's fan base, the Bey Hive. They are not playing around. The Hive has already flooded timelines, dragging Nicki for disrespecting their queen and king. Some are threatening to boycott her music, while others are daring her to bring out actual evidence. The war between the Barbs and the Bey Hive is already heating up online, with both sides throwing shots every hour. Still, this feud feels different. Nicki isn't just being shady, she's making direct, damaging claims that cut deep into the very foundation of Jay and Beyoncé's image. If these accusations gain traction, it could shake the Carter empire in ways we've never seen before. And with rumors that Jay and Bey are gearing up for a legal smackdown,
okay, all the dope on private jets, okay, they move what's called high-grade powder MDMA, they move liquid in their bottles too. I've seen the liquid cocaine, I've drank it myself, having sex with Diddy and Cassie. Okay, it's not good. He drinks it all the time. Alright, he calls it G juice, but it's liquid cocaine. Alright.
this drama is only getting messier. The question is, did Nicki just cross the line of no return? Except here's the thing, it wasn't a woman that Diddy was tapping on stage, it was Jay-Z. That clip alone had people raising eyebrows, but things really started spiraling when an old 2012 interview of Jay resurfaced online and went viral all over again. In the interview, Jay was passionately praising President Obama for legalizing gay marriage. And while the words he used sounded supportive and inspiring, the internet twisted it into something else entirely. In that sit-down, Jay said, "What people do in their own homes is their business. You choose to love whoever you love. It's no different than discriminating against blacks. It's discrimination, plain and simple. I think announcing support of gay marriage is the right thing to do. So whether it costs Obama votes or not, again, it's not about votes. It's about people. It's the right thing to do as a human being." Now, those words on their own don't sound like anything bad. He was speaking up for equality, right? But the internet is messy, and folks immediately started whispering, why does Jay-Z sound so deeply invested in what gay folks are doing when he's supposed to be a straight man with a wife and kids? People claimed his energy went beyond allyship, almost like he was speaking from experience. The whispers about him being DL just grew louder, with fans side-eyeing his statements instead of applauding them. And then, in 2018, Jay himself dropped another bomb during interviews while promoting his music. He opened up about the moment his mom finally came out as a lesbian, and he admitted he broke down crying tears of joy when she revealed her truth. Jay said he was so happy for her that she was free, and even rapped about it, saying, "Mama had 4 kids, but she's a lesbian. Had to pretend so long that she's a thespian. Had to hide in the closet so she medicate." Society's shame and the pain was too much to take. Fans couldn't help but notice how emotional Jay was about this, and while some people praised him for being supportive of his mom, others wondered if he was projecting his own struggles through her story. They argued that maybe Jay resonated so strongly because he too was hiding certain things. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Let's talk about Jay's obsession with the late legendary artist Jean-Michel Basquiat. Many people don't even realize it, but Jay's entire signature hairstyle, the freeform dreads he's been rocking for years, was directly inspired by Basquiat. Now here's where it gets interesting. Basquiat never publicly labeled himself while alive, but it's long been rumored he was bisexual. There are countless photos of him hugging and being close with men, and people have speculated for decades about his private life. So when Jay modeled his whole image after Basquiat, people couldn't help but say, is Jay trying to tell us something through his idol? After all, Jay hasn't just borrowed Basquiat's look, he's also invested millions into collecting his art. In 2013, Jay dropped a jaw-dropping $4.2 million on a single Basquiat painting. And if that wasn't enough, he's referenced Basquiat in multiple songs. One of his most famous lines is, "Yellow Basquiat in my kitchen corner, go ahead lean on that blue, you own it. I'm the new Jean-Michel, inspired by Basquiat, my chariot's on fire." Fans read between the lines, saying Jay doesn't just admire Basquiat's artistry, but sees himself reflected in Basquiat's rumored lifestyle. And the more they dug, the more suspicious it looked. But hold up, just when we thought the DL allegations couldn't possibly get any messier, Rihanna's former publicist Jonathan Hay jumped in and turned the fire into a full-blown inferno. Jonathan spilled tea that nobody saw coming. According to him, back when he was still managing Rihanna, he personally witnessed some questionable moments between Jay-Z and DJ Khaled that made him side-eye the entire situation. Jonathan claimed that the chemistry between Jay and Khaled behind the scenes was different, like not just bros hanging out, but something more intimate. He even went as far as saying he was shocked that neither of them had come out yet, because allegedly, everybody in the industry was well aware of the extra activities they were allegedly involved in. Can you imagine how explosive that is? Think about it. If someone who was this close to Rihanna's camp is out here saying he saw things with his own eyes, that means these aren't just fan rumors anymore. This is someone who worked in the industry, someone who had access, and someone who's now airing out secrets that Jay and Khaled probably thought would never leave the room. And if the industry truly knows, as Jonathan hinted, that opens up an entirely new level of speculation. It means the rumors that fans whisper online might not be as far-fetched as people think. Combine that with Jay's fascination with Basquiat, his emotional breakdown over his mom's truth, his viral 2012 comments, and those questionable moments with Diddy, and you've got a whole recipe for controversy that refuses to die down. Now the internet is buzzing with questions like, is Jay-Z really living a double life? Has his marriage with Beyonce been a front this entire time? And how much longer can they ignore the whispers before something explosive comes to light? Would you want to say allegedly for your safety? Because this last part gets way too wild. Jonathan Hay didn't just hint at things, he doubled down, claiming he personally saw Jay-Z getting real freaky with a trans woman. According to Jonathan, all of this was happening while Jay was already locked down with Beyoncé, which makes the story even crazier. Fans were left shocked, asking themselves, could Jay really be living an entire double life while putting up the front of the perfect family man? But Jonathan didn't stop there. He claimed Jay wasn't just sneaking around for random hookups. No, he was allegedly setting up full-on freak-offs, the same kind of wild parties Diddy has been accused of hosting with Cassie. Jonathan said Jay would invite other men into the bedroom, have them sleep with Beyoncé while he sat back, recorded, and pleased himself. Whether you believe it or not, that allegation alone had social media in absolute flames. People were calling it one of the wildest accusations ever thrown at hip-hop's power couple. A lot of folks were quick to believe Jonathan's claims, especially because of how he dragged DJ Khaled into the mix too. Remember, Khaled himself has been surrounded by whispers after one of Diddy's alleged male escorts, Jonathan Audi, exposed him. Back in 2018, Audi was arrested, and during his interrogation, he spilled everything he knew. At the time, people brushed it off, calling him crazy and unreliable. But when Diddy's recent trial came around, guess what? Audi's name popped back up, and it was confirmed he actually was one of the escorts Diddy paid to entertain Cassie during those freaky nights. That meant some of the stuff he said in that interrogation wasn't just talk, it had real truth behind it. And in that same confession, he made heavy claims about DJ Khaled being involved in similar activities. With that kind of connection, fans started asking, if Khaled was caught up, maybe Jay isn't as innocent as he looks either. Now let's circle back to Beyoncé. Remember earlier how we talked about those whispers that Bey might secretly be into women and that her marriage with Jay is really a lavender marriage to keep their empire safe? Well, that narrative didn't just come from random fans, it spread because of Jaguar Wright. She was one of the first to come forward and accuse Beyoncé of hiding her true self. And Nicki Minaj, she took that messy rumor and threw it right back into the spotlight when she aimed shots at Jay-Z during her latest online meltdown. And here's what makes it wilder. Jay-Z hasn't said a single word about Nicki in years. He hasn't tweeted her, hasn't name-dropped her, hasn't acknowledged her publicly at all. Yet Nicki always keeps his name in her mouth, dragging him every chance she gets. According to her, the reason is simple. She believes Jay has been pulling strings behind the scenes trying to destroy her career. Whether that's true or not, Nicki seems determined to expose him however she can. Recently, things got even nastier when Nicki got into a brutal back and forth with Cardi B. And somehow, Jay-Z and Roc Nation's president, Desiree Perez, got dragged into the mess too. Nicki fired off a tweet that had fans scratching their heads. ABCDEFG surgery to look like me, tell the rat and tell Jay-Z RICO fraud and perjury. Like, what? Even fans who ride for Nicki were confused, asking how a 42-year-old married mother could still be tweeting like a teenager starting Twitter beef. But hey, that's Nicki Minaj. Chaos and controversy follow her everywhere. And if you thought that was bad, Nicki kept going. In another tweet, she accused Jay-Z of allegedly playing in Beyoncé's wig collection when she wasn't home. She took the shade even further by saying, "Jay-Z, take off that lace front." Fans immediately connected the dots, saying Nicki was clearly weaponizing those long-standing gay allegations against him. Out of everything she said about Jay in the past year, this lace front jab felt like a brand new low and the internet couldn't get enough of the drama. Now here's the kicker, Jay might not be able to stay silent much longer. Because first it was Rihanna's former publicist, then it was Jonathan Hay, and now it's Nicki Minaj herself throwing gasoline on the rumors. The whispers are no longer just whispers. They're turning into a storm that even someone as powerful as Jay-Z might not be able to ignore. If Nicki keeps bringing this up every time she goes on a rant, the pressure will only build until Jay or Beyoncé eventually have to address it. Of course, the internet had its opinions. One person pointed out that even 50 Cent once questioned Jay's Basquiat obsession, saying, "Why would he want to replicate Basquiat, a man who lived a different lifestyle?" That comment alone had fans saying, yeah, maybe Fif was onto something. Another fan claimed they'd heard stories for years that Jay was secretly dating a basketball player when he first blew up in the industry, living together, being in a long-term relationship, and hiding it all behind closed doors. So now the big question lands in your lap. What do you think? Do you believe Nicki Minaj is exposing the truth about Jay-Z? Is Beyoncé's marriage really just a beard relationship to protect their empire, or is this all just messy gossip gone way too far? Drop your thoughts down below in the comments because this one is too juicy to ignore. And don't forget, Hit that like button, share this with your friends, and smash subscribe so you don't miss the next wild update from the world of hip-hop drama. This is StarBuzz Daily, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.